Good evening. It's Laura Donnelly here from Dancing with Ease, Body Brain Balance, with day 160 of strange and interesting times. And it's dark now at 8 o'clock. And it's not fall yet, but fall is on the march. So then winter, then daylight savings time will go off. Then it'll be dark. And here it will be dark as late as 7:30 in the morning and early, sometimes as 4:40 in the evening. Oh, well, I'll get used to it. Part of the interest of things is the change in seasons and how our bodies act in the different seasons and how they react to the different weather. So what I was talking about today is that our bodies never lie. And Martha Graham, a wonderful modern dancer from the 20th century, whose work I was really inspired by many times, and her writing also. She was very articulate in writing about dance. I really admired her for certain things, and other things she was pretty much of a fanatic. But I agree with the statement that the body never lies. But then I have to add that sometimes we don't understand what the body is saying, or we don't know how to interpret what the body is trying to tell us. And so sometimes the body will send us dreams. One time I kept having this dream. In this dream, I was kind of traveling all around New York City in a car. I was in the navigating seat. I wasn't driving, but we were going all these places, and everywhere we went, I saw something orange. And bright oranges and orange flags and orange caution cones and people in orange clothing. And so when I woke up, I was like, man, this orange is a big deal today. So, even orange soda pop, the Fanta pop, that was big in my dream. And so I was like having my very limited sugar period in my life where I didn't do any sugar at all. And so I'm like, well, I can't have orange soda. So I'm going to have orange juice with seltzer in it. So it's fizzy and orange. And all day, whenever I drank that, I was so happy. I would just giggle. My body felt like I was, well, how I interpret it is that my body felt like it sent me a message and I was listening. And so then I also looked if I had any orange clothing or orange jewelry. And then I paid attention if I saw anything orange in the day. So I felt like I did a good job that day listening to what my body was telling me, what message it was sending me. Other times, it's harder to understand, or it's more frustrating. Say our body gives us a headache. Could be many things. And then, hey Sharon, great to see you. I think you should use one of your new photos for your new profile photo. I thought they were great. And I need to do that. So the headache is a message that something is out of balance in your body. Now, you have to do your own experiments, your own investigation, your own listening to your body to see what's really out of balance. I know a certain kind of headache that I get is from being too hungry. And then a different kind of headache I get is from, it's something else. Thirsty, not enough water in the day. A different headache can be from barometric pressure change. I really don't like those ones because if I'm hungry, I can eat something and that fixes the headache pretty fast. If I'm thirsty, I can, drink 3 glasses of water. Sometimes I even pour a little salt on my hand and eat that real quick with my water. And that usually fixes my headache pretty fast. But if it's a weather-related headache, I take aspirin. because I can't do anything about the barometric pressure, and it really does change my equilibrium inside my body. Also, certain times of the year, certain allergy type plants can give me a headache. Or in the winter, when I first turn on my heater in my house and the air gets really dried out, that can give me a headache. So those are just some examples, but you can work with your own body, because it's most important that you listen to your body and what your body is telling you. And you can just ask it questions. Probably it won't answer with words. It's used to you talking. At least my body is used to me talking. And it often answers with a picture or a feeling. And this can be a little tricky. So yesterday I talked about a little bit how like excitement has the same physical sensations as fear. Well, either yesterday or the day before. So you have a shortness of breath, you have a little agitation in your stomach, kind of what people call butterflies in your stomach, and you might be aware that your heart is beating faster. So, depending on what's going on around you, you might have to assess if you were afraid or if you were excited. And you could just ask your body, am I afraid? And if it speeds up one of these things, this kind of is an indication that fear might be driving the sensations you're noticing. And then you can say, what am I afraid of? And then you might get a picture in your head. You might hear a sound. So it might be something environmental, or it could be something that you're thinking about in your head or imagining even, because we can scare ourselves with imagination, just like a scary movie or a scary book. Physical pains in different parts of your body. There's different systems that say, your head means this and your back means that and this and that and the other thing. But just like dream symbols, I like to interpret my own body in different ways. So some people say the spine indicates structure. So if you're having a backache, something's wrong with the structure in your life. Well, that's an idea, and you could explore that and see what you thought. But for me, the spine is more of a connector. It connects that brain through the nerves to every other part of your body. And it's also a protector because of the shape of the spinal column and the bones in the spine. It protects the spinal cord. So if I was having back pain, which thankfully I rarely ever have back pain, and I'm very grateful for that, I would be thinking about, is there something that's not connecting in my life? Something that is misconnecting in my life? Is there an area that I have maybe made excessively vulnerable and needs more protection? So you can look at all of that from your own perspective. And, feet are interesting. Feet carry you places. Feet hold you up. Feet connect you to the ground. So the whole learning to understand your body's language is talking to it, or asking. You can even ask silent questions inside your body, and see what comes up. As you begin to do this, your body will send more messages to you because, just like a friend, if you call them and ask them, if they want to go to coffee and you start to meet once a week, then they look forward to meeting once a week. So if you chat with your body and listen to it and listen to its answers, then it's going to respond more quickly and with more information because you're listening. And you can start to get really refined about what you're noticing and what is important to you in terms of both taking care of your body and having your body take care of you. Because this is it's a two-way street, right? I mean, our brain can't just go floating around the earth without the body. And our body has a lot of information in it, but the way we work in the world is we work through our thoughts and our ideas, and that informs how we move our body and where we move our body in the world. So I would love to hear about your conversations with your own body and what your body talks about, how it explains things to you or shows you things that you need to know. And what happens when you ignore your body? Like, oh, I know I forgot one of my headaches. I get a headache if I don't sleep enough. And if I take a nap, a lot of times the headache will go away. But if I have a sinus headache and I take a nap, the headache gets worse because I'm laying it still and all of the stuff inside my head doesn't have anywhere to go. And so if I have a sinus headache, exercise is better for that than laying still. So it's important for me to understand the type of headache that my body's sending me, and perhaps what the headache is a result of in terms of an action or non-action. And then I can determine a good remedy for myself based on this information. So if that was interesting to you, please explore and play with these ideas. And if you feel like coming back and sharing those in the group, I would love to hear about that. Have a great evening, and tomorrow will be day 161 of Strange and Interesting Times. Take good care.